Healthy food has never been more popular. Smoothie bars on every corner, protein bars in every gym bag, granola bowls all over Instagram, salads replacing fast food at lunch. People are more health conscious today than at any point in modern history. And yet, obesity keeps rising. Diet-related disease keeps rising. More people are struggling with their weight now than before the health food era even began. So what is going on? What if some of the foods people trust most are quietly making things worse? Not because they're unhealthy, but because of something far more subtle and far more dangerous.
The health halo effect. There's a psychological phenomenon researchers call the health halo effect, and it affects almost everyone, including people who know about it. Here's how it works. The moment a food is labeled healthy, organic, natural, low-fat, high-protein, gluten-free, your brain quietly tells you something. You're being good. You can have more. Studies have shown that people consistently eat larger portions of food when it's marketed as healthy. They order bigger sizes. They go back for seconds. They feel less guilt. And that reduced guilt leads to one more thing. They move less afterward, because the brain feels like it already won at health today. Think about these foods for a second. A green smoothie, a bowl of granola with almond milk, a handful of mixed nuts, a protein bar after the gym, avocado toast with eggs. Every one of those sounds clean, responsible, diet-friendly. But here's the reality. That green smoothie, easily 400 to 600 calories. That granola bowl, often 500 to 700 calories, sometimes more. That handful of mixed nuts, around 200 calories per handful. That protein bar, many contain as many calories as a chocolate bar. Avocado toast with 2 eggs, close to 500 calories before you add anything. Healthy? Absolutely. Low calorie? Not always. Not even close. The health halo doesn't lie about the food's nutrition. It lies about how much you can eat.
Next, portion confusion. Here's something most nutrition advice gets wrong. Many people don't gain weight primarily because of junk food. They gain weight because they consistently underestimate how much they're eating, especially with foods they trust. Consider peanut butter. Genuinely nutritious, protein, healthy fats, magnesium. But 2 tablespoons, the serving size on the label, is about 190 calories. Most people don't measure 2 tablespoons. They scoop, they spread, they add a little more. That healthy addition to a meal quietly becomes 400-500 extra calories. The same happens with olive oil, one of the most celebrated healthy foods on the planet. But a single tablespoon contains around 120 calories. Most people pour, not measure, and a generous pour onto a salad or into a pan can easily become 3-4 tablespoons without noticing. Now consider this. If someone eats healthy all day but consistently overestimates portions across 5 or 6 meals, they can exceed their daily calorie needs by 500 to 1,000 calories without ever touching junk food. Over weeks, over months, over years. That adds up to real, significant weight gain. And the cruelest part? They can't figure out why. Because they're eating well, they're doing everything right. Except one thing. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Let's continue.
Thirdly, liquid calories. Liquid calories may be the single most underestimated source of excess energy in a healthy lifestyle. Because liquids don't trigger the same fullness signals that solid food does. You drink 400 calories, your brain barely registers it. You're still hungry an hour later. Look at what's hiding in popular healthy drinks. A large green smoothie from a juice bar, 450 to 700 calories. A matcha latte with oat milk, 200 to 350 calories. A healthy cold-pressed juice, 180 to 260 calories, with almost no fiber. Coconut water, kombucha, protein shakes, electrolyte drinks, all carry calories that most people completely forget to account for. And here's the thing about smoothies specifically. When you blend fruit, you remove the fiber structure that slows digestion. Your body processes blended fruit faster than whole fruit. The sugar hits your bloodstream quicker. And because it's liquid, your brain doesn't count it as food the way a meal gets counted. So people drink a 600-calorie smoothie and then eat a full lunch an hour later. That's not a health habit. That's a calorie surplus disguised as wellness.
Next, the marketing machine. Modern food marketing is one of the most sophisticated psychological systems ever built. And healthy eating is its newest, most profitable frontier. Walk through any supermarket. Look at the words on the packaging. Organic, natural, no artificial ingredients, plant-based, guilt-free, clean. These words are not regulated the way you might think. Natural has almost no legal definition on a food label in most countries. Clean means nothing nutritionally. Guilt-free is a marketing phrase, not a calorie statement. And yet these words work. They lower your guard. They make you feel like you're making a responsible choice. So you buy the organic granola, which has the same sugar content as a dessert cereal. You grab the plant-based protein bar, which contains 280 calories and 20 grams of sugar. You choose the natural fruit juice, which, calorie for calorie, rivals a can of soda. The food is often genuinely better than junk food, but the marketing inflates how healthy it is, and quietly inflates how much of it people eat.
Next, the healthy so I deserve it trap. There's one more pattern worth naming directly. It's sometimes called moral licensing, and it's everywhere. It works like this. You eat a clean breakfast, you go for a run, you skip the afternoon snack. You feel virtuous. You feel like you've earned something. So at dinner, you loosen up. You have extra portions, you have the dessert, you have the wine, because you were good earlier. The problem? The calories from the reward often cancel out everything from earlier, and it feels completely justified because it was earned. Healthy choices earlier in the day can psychologically increase indulgence later. Not because you're weak, because that's how the brain manages reward. Understanding this pattern is the first step to breaking it.
Lastly for today, the real fix. So what's the solution? The answer is not to avoid healthy food. Eat the smoothies, eat the granola, eat the avocado toast. These foods genuinely support your health in important ways. The shift is in understanding one fundamental thing. Your body does not respond to how healthy a food is. It responds to how much energy you give it. Eat more than your body needs, even with the cleanest food on the planet, and your body stores the excess. That is not a moral failure. That is biology. So the practical approach comes down to a few simple things. Awareness over restriction. You don't need to count every calorie obsessively, but know roughly what's in the foods you eat most often, especially the ones you trust. Measure occasionally. Spend 1 week actually measuring your peanut butter, your olive oil, your granola. Most people are genuinely shocked. Watch the liquids. If you drink your calories, count them. A smoothie is a meal. Treat it like one. Question the label. When packaging says healthy, ask healthy compared to what? And how much of it am I actually eating? Don't reward with food. If you exercised, that's the reward. Your body doesn't need a calorie bonus for a workout. The goal is not perfection. The goal is clarity.